sounded like it was only running on one cylinder.
Really? What year is this?
16.
Dude, this is an awesome bike. Holy crap. I bet this thing is a monster.
Yeah, it's super, super torquey.
That bike is ridiculous. Alright guys, we're at Forrest's house and we're doing what you guys have been waiting for. Forrest is like the friend that knows what he's doing. I'm like the friend that doesn't know what he's doing.
That's why I'm here.
Tell me about these bikes. Tell me about these bikes.
This is a 2016 Honda NM4 Voltus Lambo bike. That's the Honda Lamborghini. 2009 Kawasaki Versys 650.
And what'd you trade this one for?
A 2009 Yamaha FZ6R with 50,000 miles. 2017 Kawasaki Z125. Fairings are getting painted right now, but this was your old bike.
That's right. If you guys haven't seen this on the channel, then you haven't been around for very long, and also you're not really my favorite subscriber.
2018 Kawasaki Z125. BMW G310R with the S1000 fairing kit. Made for this bike.
Absolutely no one is going to know about that kid.
No.
Today, we are going to be finally putting a tuner on this bike. I know that you guys have been waiting on it. I know that I promised it. It's gonna happen. We got the extendo exhaust.
Remove the seat, remove the fuel tank, remove both side covers beneath the seat.
If you don't know how to take off the seat, then you probably don't want to be doing the tuner. This is why the seat's so cool, dude. That's it. One little bolt. If you guys haven't hit up Saddleman already, you can,
Amazon.
What are these called?
T-hems.
I like these. I like these a lot. They're nice to work with. They're better than using ratchets. So
Oh yeah. Stuff. I mean, they have some. I think Blue Point makes them, and they have a bearing in them, so you can just spin it.
So far, we've taken off with a 10mm, the bolt for the seat, and then with a, what was it, a 5 Allen key?
Yes, 5.
A 5 Allen key. We took off both screws or bolts right here. Now we're going to, this would be a whole lot better if you don't have a lot of gas in your tank, because inevitably some gas is going to come out. We're going to just pop this up a little bit, and we're going to start undoing everything that's connected underneath here, which is going to be a lot of stuff. So if you want to know how to take off a tank, that's not this video. This is how to install a tuner. So you're going to have to look up a different video for that. I probably actually have a video on that. Just yank everything out.
It's got those little rubber dampeners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a lot better there.
Let's capture that face.
Yeah, you can poster that on your wall. Oh, mother. All right, well, Forrest shut off the camera. You had one job, Forrest. Fix my bike and film.
You were talking about
We got the tank off. Yeah, I was talking about Harleys. You want to see how brown my brake fluid is for the back?
chocolate milk. Yeah, Yoo-hoo
Yeah.
in your brake lines?
That's right. I think it's just inevitable that it will happen eventually. Fancy, that's some race stuff. Because this is a race bike. Alright, so we took off both side panels. If you want to know how to do that, just look at the bolts and take them off.
You have to remove the strap that's just like that. You just
Like a battery strap,
pull it up,
okay.
And then it's telling us to loosen, like just to bring it up right here. Move
Plastic
that out
piece.
the way.
So you got the battery exposed.
So you can, yeah, access that.
Okay.
So the next thing we gotta do, this is the power commander. That's
Spaghetti.
everywhere here. You have to ground this water. Ground. We gotta ground the water to the battery. There's a little nut in here on the battery. It's like a square. Just a good reminder if the bike's leaning. Put your finger under here so when you take the bolt out,
You don't lose it?
it doesn't fall out and then you just lose your mind. And then make sure you always use a right side screwdriver.
A good tip is to, whenever you put the battery bolts back on, is just strip them out as hard as you can.
Just weld it.
While Forrest is grabbing food, I just want to talk to you guys super quick. This was something that I was going to do on my own, but I was just, as you see, there's just a ton of wiring. Definitely, I would take it to the shop, but I mean, we're going to give you a really good idea on how to do it on your own. Plus, if you bought it new, it's going to come with great instructions and you're not going to have to worry as much about it. This was the part that I was most nervous about, because the clips are one thing. This is just this is intimidating, to say the least. So Forrest is taking off this side plate for the front sprocket. I don't know, that was hard to say. So we can get the crank position sensor. It's going to make everything a whole lot easier, just so we can see.
These two right here, not this rounded looking one.
It's the square ones.
Yeah, that goes down to something else, but
Yeah.
you can see the wires right there. So sometimes you can use like a flathead to help push so you don't kill your hands. But yeah, I'm gonna take those off.
Two square ones, undo those, and then you're just gonna link in the matching ones. Now we're looking for the injectors on top of the air intake manifold.
Yep, okay, so that one's off.
That's what you're looking for.
What's that?
That green guy right there.
This is your front one. and the rear is right on top. It's kind of hard to see because it has this little black cover.
It's also really dirty.
And really dirty.
Yeah.
Remove this, and you kind of want to remember which one's which. So just in case they're specified for front and rear. So, and you can kind of also see which way they go. So technically this one would be your front. So that's your front cylinder, and that's your rear cylinder. Locate and unplug the stock wiring harness from the front and rear cylinder fuel injector, located directly on top of the intake manifold. So that's what this is right here. This is your intake manifold. Now, remember, you're just taking the connector out, not the injector. So that's going to be this right here. Leads with the orange colored wires in line of the front cylinder. So this one goes into the front. Don't be afraid to kind of push stuff out of the way. Just gotta push it into clicks. The next thing we're doing, we're going to locate and unplug the throttle position sensor connector.
Which I actually know where that is.
This connector is located on the rear of the throttle bodies. I route it right in front of the, or right on top of the fuel filter actually. You're just gonna squeeze it, pull up.
That was a nice satisfying pop.
Easy peasy. Now,
alright, so all Forrest did was route those wires through the bike. Right
let me
here.
go on that side of the bike. So what you're gonna locate first is this 12 volt black and red wire. And it even points, so that even makes great. So it's gonna be, the ignition coils are right here, top and bottom. It's going to be the bottom one, it's this rear one. Also, you can unplug your wiring harness to kind of access it. Makes it a little bit easier so you're not fighting yourself. It looks like it's on the front. So this is the coil pack. If you look on here, so like this is the front and the back here would be the rear.
Oh, so it's flipped
front,
on the picture.
Rear, yeah, it's just flipped. This right here is black and red, and you look at that one, you can really tell it's gray. Use needle nose, kind of helps a little bit. Pick didn't really work. This is your front. Your rear. Plug the red and white. So these are the red and white.
So now we're just plugging all the wires in sequence.
Sequence, yeah. Push that out. This is going to go into the red and black, into the red and white. There we go. Plug the green and white and green leads into the spare terminals on the PC line of the orange wire. So it says it's just an orange wire, but it has a little bit of other colors in it too, but it's mostly orange, you can see.
Gotcha.
So.
And that's on the rear of the bike, but the front of the...
Yep.
Got it.
Alright. Plug it in. Plug that over. Yeah, because I know what it is, how to look up a video that's not there and you're just like
the video we just watched was ridiculous. That's like
background music that's just like elevator music. Like, don't do that. Like,
I don't know what I'm looking at, but it looks good.
Now we're gonna go.
Tell me what's going on, Forrest.
All right, so Aaron bought a used power commander, missing the O2 sensor optimizer. He'll probably get it to go home. That's what he needs, but he does want to get that because you don't want to foul out your O2 sensor, and your bike just runs like garbage or won't run.
All right, so here's a good lesson for everybody. If you're thinking about buying a used power commander, don't buy it from
me. Brand new from Orlando Yamaha Kawasaki.
I'm gonna reach out to the guy. It's been like over a year, probably 2 years since I had this.
But what we're about to do right now, we're gonna start plugging the bike back up. Background music, that's just like elevator music.
Elevator music, don't do that. Don't do that.
All right, guys, it's all put back together. It's got a prime. It's idling very weird. Yeah. Or maybe it's idling really well.
It sounded like it was only running on one cylinder.
Really? Whoa. All right, do it. Sounds like both.
Yeah, that's what helps with cylinder.
It is? Shoot, dude.
Alright, hold on. Yeah, because the front cylinder is cold.
And the back one's getting hot?
Yep.
We're gonna check this real quick because one cylinder's not gonna cut it. Alrighty, guys, great freaking news. Dang it, dude. Not only is the power commander missing pieces, now the power commander is not working. I'm running on one cylinder. Instead of attempting to try to fix this tonight because it's almost 12 o'clock, we're taking the whole thing off. So this is probably where the episode's gonna end. I am not going to film any of this because both of us are very tired and I can't thank Forrest enough for putting on something that's broken. Dang it, man. Oh gosh, this sucks worse for Forrest. Either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed this debacle. You asked for it for multiple weeks, you got it.
Now you know how to put a power commander on a Yamaha Bolt.
That is the lesson. There's a lot of things you can buy used. You can buy an exhaust used, a tank used. Don't buy electronics used. It's not worth it. This guy probably was being honest. He probably, you know, sent it to me and it was working fine when it was working on his bike, but it is not working on my bike. It's missing pieces and we got to take the whole thing apart. So I am going to stop talking. It is the next day. We made it home. I am so tired. I had to go do so much stuff today, but I just wanted to update you guys on a couple things super quick. We put it completely back to stock. I rode it home. It was running fine afterwards, so we did put it back correctly. The tuner was put on correctly. The issue and why only one cylinder was running is because one of the wires is frayed. I'm gonna take time. I'm gonna go through the tuner, make sure all the wires are in good shape, and then I'm going to reinstall it. And then I'm gonna buy the O2 sensor adapter thingy, and yeah, hopefully we get this going. I'm sorry guys, this is taking so long. If you think you're frustrated about this, just imagine how I feel. On another note, Forrest was nice enough to give me an exhaust, but I didn't have a backpack to get it home, so we had to improvise.